Hi there everyone, and I would like to show you another very exciting chess game, a romantic chess game this time. In this chess game we have Adolf Anderssen with the white pieces, and his opponent was Karl Mayet. So we know Adolf Anderssen, of course, he needs no introduction. He was one of the best chess players in 1850s, 60s until 1870s, the romantic chess legend Adolf Anderssen, and his opponent Karl Mayet was also one of the best chess players in 1850s. He is known as one of the strongest German chess masters in his era. So let's see what happened in this chess game. We have Anderssen with the white pieces and Mayet with the black pieces, and this is a very interesting chess game from Berlin 1855. So Anderssen starts the game with e4, and we have the King's Gambit, one of the most popular openings in the romantic era of chess. So e takes on f4 and knight to f3, g5, pushing the pawn and King's Gambit accepted and developing the pieces, and queen to b3 and simply attacking the pawn. So black castled and then h4. So you can see that black's pawns is a little bit too loose in the king side. So maybe castling in the king side is a little bit risky. So we have g4, knight to g1 and attacking the pawn. So pushing the pawn, pawn takes and queen to d6 and holding on to the pawn. So developing the knight and knight to e2. So moving the knight and targeting the pawn is the idea. So bishop to f6, knight to f1 and knight to g6 and defending the pawn 2 times. And Anderssen is also striking to the pawn. So we have h5 and attacking the defender of the pawn. We have check, and after moving the king, Anderssen is losing the castling rights, but he actually has a pretty decent position. We have f3, g takes, and Anderssen captures the knight. Mayet also captures the knight with check, but bishop takes, and then black is defending the bishop. And in this position, Adolf Anderssen captured the bishop. Bishop takes on g5. After capturing, rook is getting in to make trouble. Rook to h7 by Adolf Anderssen. And we have knight to d7. So what happens if capturing the pawn? Then rook takes on c7 is looking good, and is this the diagonal of death? Aiming the king, and in this position white is a pawn up, and it looks very good for white actually, even though white haven't castled. So rook to h7, knight to d7, and it looks like it is closing the rook. But rook to e7 by Adolf Anderssen, and did you see the idea? We have knight to f6, not capturing the rook. It would be a terrible move for black because of d6, and that's check and winning the queen. And if queen takes pawn, then we have check and capturing the pawn, and white has this dangerous looking pass pawn, and the king is not looking safe. So we have knight to f6. Anderssen played bishop to c4, a very good move, both defending the pawn and also he wants to free his queen, so that if queen takes rook, pushing the pawn, and it is going to come check with the bishop this time. But actually Anderssen, even though this move was a logical move, he missed a very simple move in this position, and that was the best move according to the computer chess engine, and that was rook takes on c7. Because if queen takes, this is check and winning the queen. So you can see that in this position, after rook takes on c7, knight takes also doesn't look very good, because the knight is going to be pinned, and rook goes down and attacking the pinned piece. Bishop can defend, but the bishop can attack the knight. I think the other knight can also join the attack. So you can see that this is a very good position for white, and white is 2 pawns up, and you can't also take the rook. But Anderssen missed that. Interesting. So we have knight to f6 and then bishop to c4, a6, and Anderssen frees his queen. So if queen takes rook, then pushing the pawn and winning the queen. So b5, but bishop goes back, and in this position Mayet cracks under the pressure, and he played knight takes on d5, and this was a blunder. A very simple blunder actually. In this position, the computer engine told me that a simple and a calm move, something like rook to e8, should have been considered. in this position, but knight takes on d5 was a blunder. Adolf Anderssen simply captures the knight and black is in big trouble. We have queen takes on d5. Moving the king doesn't make any sense because of rook to h7 and checkmate. There is no defense. So bishop takes on d5, and what else? Black has to take, but after queen to h2 by Adolf Anderssen, Mayet resigned. There is no sensible defense against queen to h7, checkmate. So Mayet can throw a check in this position, but after king to e1, there is no more checks. I mean, black has a meaningless check in this position, something like queen to g3 or queen to e3, only for prolonging the torture, and black is getting checkmated very shortly in this position. So interesting and a very beautiful tactical chess game from the romantic era of chess, a fun chess game to watch. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time with more interesting, beautiful chess games from the chess history and sometimes from modern times. So stay safe, take care, and bye bye.